Right, so I started this streaming on YouTube. We are live right now, and I want to talk about the. Hopefully, it's working. It's my first stream on live stream on this YouTube channel. So welcome. If you are new here, my name is Andrei Isip, and I am an entrepreneur. 8 years experience in digital marketing, and yeah, what can I say? I have a digital marketing agency since 2020, and I've worked with 100 plus businesses, and I help them scale with marketing, ads, promotion, campaigns, funnels, stuff like that. But today it's gonna be a little bit different because I'm not gonna talk too much about the funnels, the ecosystems, and stuff like that, because we have other videos for that. In this live session, I want to talk to you about the psychology of persuasion, and I'm not only referring about the famous book Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Not only that, of course there are some tips and tricks for that book too, but did you know that there are over 200 human biases that we all are having in a way or other? I mean, it's quite crazy if you know that. And by the way, the famous marketers, the best marketers in the world, and people who make a lot of money, these billionaires and millionaires, and they all have mastered this skill. And yes, it's about marketing, but it's not only about marketing, the technical part. When I started out over 8 years ago, I started to learn a lot of things about the different tools that I could use. For example, I started with graphic design. I learned Photoshop. I learned graphic design. Then I started to learn web design. Then I learned copywriting and a lot of things that are very, very useful, skills that are really, really useful. And I'm still using them until today. But things are changing, and they are changing fast. Right now, we are really living in this AI new era where everything seems to be quite it's happening so fast, and the technology is evolving so fast, so we don't have the technical part is not something that is gonna thrive, in my opinion, for the long term, because we have this AI that will do all of that hard stuff, especially technical stuff for us. So with this into having this in mind, it's gonna be harder and harder to just compete in this market with all these AI tools that are constantly evolving. I mean, look at this new ChatGPT update. It was just released yesterday. And by the way, I'm a ChatGPT user since I've been using ChatGPT for over 1,000 days. I have there in my account at the ChatGPT. You can see somewhere in your account at ChatGPT. You can see how many days you are spending on ChatGPT, and I have more than 1,000 days. So I have my ChatGPT account since the second week it was launched in 2022, I guess. 22, 23, 24, 23, I guess. In 2023, I think that was the release date. 23, 24, no, 22, sorry, 2022. From that day, I have my ChatGPT account, and I know everything that is happening with this AI tool because I've been a huge fan. But it's not only about ChatGPT and Claude or Google Gemini or these AI tools. It's also about how things are evolving and how the human behavior is evolving with these AI tools. Nowadays, we are more and more, everything is more sophisticated, but we are more lazy than ever. I mean, we don't spend times watching reading long books, like we used to before. We have this TikTokification of the platforms where everything seems to be changing so fast. in terms of human behavior. We watch a lot of things, we just scroll and we see infinite content while scrolling, and you can spend hours and hours scrolling, and everything it's messing with our brains, you know. That's why I'm going to start with the first trigger or first human bias, which is the goldfish attention span. So I'm going to add here goldfish. Let's make a fish here, right? Goldfish attention span. This is the one of them. I don't think if you can see the on vertical video, but on the landscape video you can see I wrote here the goldfish attention span. Basically, we don't have too much attention to spend. I mean, if you are not entertaining right now, if you don't know how to articulate words, if you don't know how to make things or make it sound interesting, or just have an interesting topic you talk about, it's gonna be really hard for your audience to watch you. So that's why you will eventually fail with all your content, because you know this is a skill to master. This grabbing attention, and I'm not only talking about, you know, effects and fluff like video editing and styling, like cinematography, effects, VFX, sounds, and crazy stuff like that. No, I'm talking about you standing in front of a camera, talking to that fucking camera, like when somebody's watching you. It can be live, like I'm doing right now here, or it can be registered. It doesn't really matter, but you need to be more entertaining. You need to be, you need to know how to articulate words and how to have a discussion, some sort of discussion, you know, that it's keeping your audience interesting in what you have to say. So this is the curiosity. I think that curiosity, it's a trigger or a bias that we are talking here. I have a list in my face on my laptop here. It's a long list with over 40 examples. So I don't think I'm gonna show you all of them here, but all of these examples, all of these human biases and persuasion, it's so fucking used in marketing nowadays. I mean, in each campaign, if you don't use these persuasion, triggers, biases, however you want to call them, you are losing money on the table. Too much money, so much money you are losing right now, because you're not you don't know the psychology part. Because this is how I started this video. No, I talk about these skills, and I wasn't referring only about marketing, but also about the psychology of marketing. Because everything, I don't know if you know this or if you are aware about this, but everything in this world, it's for or about humans. And you must understand the human behavior. You must understand how our fucking brain works. You must understand things like what makes us curious, what makes us interested in topics, why we are like that, why we are like we are, why you are right now like you are right now, you know, why you are doing things like you do, why you make those decisions, why you are why your emotions are influencing your decisions, why you cannot control yourself sometimes, you know, why other people are the way they are. And these questions, of course, this is a more philosophical part or emotional part, or let's say you need some sort of introspection here to understand yourself. But you know, you can just take information and use it in your favor, because after you understand how human brain works and how we are making decisions, why we are doing what we are doing, why we are purchasing the way we are purchasing things. And when is the moment, or what triggers, activates that moment of a decision? What makes somebody to buy something from you, and when is that moment? What you should add, what triggers you should add in your marketing and in your campaigns and in your business that will make people to actually make that decision. Well, goldfish, if you are still here, it means that you are interested, at least, in what I have to say. And perhaps I was enough trained or enough well informed, or however you want to call it, to that I was able to make you still stand here. Now, let's move further to the second one. So this was the first one. Sorry, the first one was the goldfish attention span, but the second one is going to be a triad. So it's going to be basically 3 things in this second trigger or second biases. Is going to be the dark triad. And let's make here a school, something like that, kind of a little bit creepy, but yeah, it's a dark triad. So what is this dark triad about? It's there are three human, 3 things that human are having, all humans are having, and you are having. I have these 3 things in myself. You are having these 3 things in yourself, and everyone is having these 3 things in themselves. It's about the narcissism, the Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. So let's talk about each of them and how you're gonna use them in your favor when you are interacting with your customers, with your potential customers, with your prospects, or even if you are not interacting with them directly, but you are interacting with them indirect, using ads or communication in some ways. For example, email marketing, or content, or other things like that. So the narcissist is basically in marketing how we are using this dark triad of humans, the narcissist part of humans. It's basically when we tell and we make everything about them. You make everything about your customer, not about yourself. So when you are promoting your business, when you promote your product, your service, or whatever you have to promote, don't talk about you. Don't talk about your customer. Sorry, that was a mess. So again, don't talk about you. Don't talk about your product. Don't talk about your service. Talk about your customer. How your product helps your customer. How your service impacts your customer's life. Why they should buy. Think about that. Why they should buy, why they should care in the first place. And make it everything about them. Copywriting, it's all about that. Copywriting, it's so fucking simple. Just read some 2 fucking copywriting books and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. The rules in copywriting, it's quite easy. Just make the copy, when you write your copy, make it about them. It's so easy. And don't add fluff, don't add fantastic words or weird words. Just use simple communication, 6th grade communication. Make your content about them and just tell people what they should do. That's it. And when you talk about them, about how their life is going to be if they buy your product, how your product, your service will help them achieve their deepest desire, And all of those things, it will activate, it will trigger their narcissism part when you're making things about themselves, about them, not about you. That's why when you are doing sales calls, for example, you make your sales call 80% about questions you ask them to answer, not and 80% of that time you just listen. You ask questions and you listen. This is also about that, because people love to talk about them. They love to talk about business, they love to talk about their story and so forth. And all you have to do there is basically to listen and ask the proper questions, so you get data from them. More data. The more data you have about them, about their frustrations, about their desires, about their fears, about their past experiences, about what they want and what they need and what they expect, and everything in that sale call, or when you are doing some sort of sale interaction, the more data you get from them, the more information you will have, and you will know exactly what you should avoid certain things, and how you should use that information in your favor, of course, to emphasize your product or your service. That's why it's quite important to know more about them and make your sale call 80% about them. Then, of course, at the end, after you have all that data, you start talking about your product, your service, about your offer, and so on. But even in that moment, still you have to make all those offers about themselves, not about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your fucking offer. They don't care about anything you are offering, except when everything you are creating and you are offering, it's about them. If they see value, it means that you knew exactly how to use those triggers. And now, this is only one thing from this dark triad. This is the narcissism part, but you also have the Machiavellianism, and which stands from the famous, the only one, Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli. I just read his famous book, The Prince. And basically, that book became so famous, and it's also very famous nowadays. And why is that? Why there are a lot of TikTok videos about Machiavelli, and people are using his knowledge nowadays to, to make, let's say, some progress on the society and with status, for example, in politics, and not only in politics, but especially in politics. They are using the Machiavelli knowledge in order to compete, in order to control, in order to have power, to gain power, more control over people, and over the the parties, and so this dark triad, the Machiavellianism part, it's about 15 to 40% of the population has this tendency to not be who they say they are. This is a dark triad, to pretend you're somebody else, to fake it, till you make it. And that's when by the way, you can also read the famous book, or the famous books. I strongly recommend you. I just read them this year. The Power, this is the book name, Power, by Robert Greene. The Conscious Law of Human Nature by Robert Greene, and also The Fifth Law, also by Robert Greene, but it was in partnership with 50 Cent. It's a great book about power, about success, about how to gain more power, more control, more influence in your in your domain, in your niche, in wherever you in your life and you will see a lot of examples there about this Machiavelli knowledge, but yeah. So when you are speaking to somebody who is, let's say, who has this Machiavelli um trait, you see that it's more pronounced. And some humans are more narcissistic, some humans are more Machiavellics, some people are more psychopaths. It really depends. But when you are talking to somebody who is Machiavellic, they don't care too much about this narcissist part, because they are like hyenas, they are like um, foxes. These people are like wolves who dress like sheeps. You know, it's quite interesting, this trait. Basically, in that case, you must talk about a common controversy and add a little spice. When you are talking to them, just also remind you should remind them about who they are, about themselves, and try to don't always. They don't always say what they think. So if you are in a sale call with somebody like that, you must be very careful, because some people just fake it. They just don't tell you the truth. They are hiding something. Some of them, they are hiding because they fear something, or some of them, they just don't want you to find some part of them. For example, there are poor people who are trying to sell something to a rich person, and they try to look, they try to look rich, and they try to fake it. And when that rich person is asking specific questions, and they find out about those persons that they are not actually who they say they are, those people are changing a lot. So yeah, it's quite interesting, this human nature. But we also have this dark triad, the narcissistic part, and the Machiavellianist part, and also the psychopathy. So basically, the psychopathy is the hardest one. You don't want to mess with psychopaths, right? Um, Basically, these people are not buying from fear. They don't. When you are in front of a psychopath and you try to use fear, like fear of missing out, FOMO, or something like that, they don't fucking care. They don't fucking care. So you must learn to read people, if they are low or high in terms of psychopathy, and also what is their level of anxiety. If you want to have success in whatever human interaction you are having, either if it's with in a sale call with somebody, either it's in a conversation or in a pitch with an investor, it's up to you here what you are doing. But yeah, so don't sell from fear. This is the lesson about this psychopathy. Don't sell them from fear. Now, to make a quick recap, we have the goldfish attention span, we have the dark triad, then the third one is going to be about the sexiness, about the beautiful part of human, and basically about sex. It's about sex. That song, it's about sex, baby, it's about you and me. Yeah, so basically this sexiness, it's about the beautiful part, the good looking. It's when you tell a personal story. This is the sexiness bias, it's called. You can search it, you can learn more about it. Basically, when you are having some sort of product, and let's say we are selling beer, sometimes beer is boring. It's so fucking boring. And why? Or let's say at Meteo, right? You are watching the news, and let's say your audience seems to be like sport fans, and you are having some audience interested in sport. So let's say more of them are men, and what you are doing as a present as a somebody who is having this kind of show, this news, TV news, or whatever news you are offering, you are using beautiful woman, right, to present those news. Why? Do you care about the news? Do you care about your audience? Perhaps, but what you care about is their attention, and you want them to pay a lot of attention, and the keyword here is pay attention, when they are watching the news. So that's why you are using beautiful woman in that case. Or you see a lot of examples. For example, that guy from Tinder, I forgot about his name, but it was a TV show about that case. It's some sort of documentary about that case, or so many examples you can think about here, about things that are beautiful. I mean, people who are beautiful, you want to watch them, you like to watch them because they are beautiful, right? You just like them. A lot of celebrities, a lot of influencers, a lot of people, they are very charismatic people. They are very beautiful. They look nice. You love to watch them. You like to watch them, and it's entertaining, and it's and if it's also entertaining and it's educational, is the best combination ever. I mean, you still watch, you learn, and it's also entertaining. It's so nice. I mean, I should call my girlfriend to stay here with me and talk. If you are a man and you are watching me right now, perhaps it's gonna be more interesting for you, right? If I was a girl, to present all this information, and I have some, let's say, beautiful looking aspects, and yeah. Let's move further to. So let's add it here. Sexiness, bias, right? So we have 3 right now. I mean, these are 3 here in this category. The dark triad, there were 3. So basically we're having 5 right now, but let's say 1, 2, 3, right? The goldfish attention span, the dark triad, and the sexiness bias. These are 3 of them. Let me just quick remove this, erase this. It's so hard. I don't know why it's working so hard. I hate that, but let's take a little break. You can watch some ads during this time. I don't know if you heard about the YouTube new update. For the future, we will have some sort of random ads when we are listening to podcasts. Basically, those who are having some shows on YouTube or podcasts, they will no longer need to have some sort of partnerships and just take a break and promote some sort of products that in 2 or 3 years they are not longer available, because in that time they can still have a break. Let's say I have a 3-minute 15 seconds break to drink some water, and in that time I can show you some sort of dynamic ads. This is the new YouTube update. I don't know if you know about that, if you heard about that, but it's quite good. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This is, by the way, it's a nice brand from Romania, water. We are having so much water here, very, very high quality water. because we're having a lot of rivers here in this side, in this place, and a lot of lakes, and the water is quite well here. I mean, we have a lot of resources, and it's so nice to live in a country with a lot of resources. But unfortunately, most of them are not well, let's say, managed by our government. But that's another topic. So yeah, hopefully you can hear me. I hope so. It will be a shame to not hear me during all this time. So let's go to the next one, which is gonna be the, maybe you consider that I am like that, but I don't know. Basically, the next bias is to be perceived. I mean, attention here. You must be perceived. It doesn't mean you are, but you must be perceived as somebody who is, let's say, smart or intelligent. And so let's get it here. Smart. So this is another bias, human bias. People like to watch people who seems to be smart or intelligent, or at least they seem to be like that. It doesn't mean that they are, but if you, I mean, here you must be very careful, because even if you are, let's say, creating content, doing live videos and stuff, and you want to, maybe you are not that smart, I mean, I don't know you and you don't know me, but yeah, let's say you are not that smart, or somebody that you know is not that smart, but the way somebody speaks and the confidence they are putting in those words, I mean, look at some leaders, world leaders, the president of the US, or, sometimes they don't need to be the smartest in the room or the most intelligent ones, but if they know how to position themselves and how to make them to be perceived as intelligent and or smart people, it's another thing, And why is that? Because it's also about the confidence, how you present things with confidence, how you articulate things, how you use words. And in order to do that, you have to learn and practice. So what you can do here, and this is for your self improvement, for your self development, you must listen to smart people talking, and talk to other people who are smarter than you, and read books who make you a little bit smarter in a specific area of life, like in health, about wealth, love, happiness, listen to audiobooks, try some public speaking, try to learn some quotes and remember them, memorize them. These things will help you to look a little bit smarter. And another tip that I can give you here during this, let's say, this psychology trait or human bias, about the being perceived as somebody who is smart or intelligent. Another tip that I can give you is to know your audience. So let's say you will have some sort of presentation or public speaking somewhere at an event, or with investors, or with at a job you want to take, or with a client you want to sign up with, or in a partnership. It's really important to know your audience, to know what your audience knows, what they want, what they listen to, what they think, what topics you have in common with them. And of course, with those topics, you will be perceived more intelligent, and you will be more liked by them if you have common things. And from the human principles to human values to other things, like some culture, some let's say the same music tastes, or um, about history, about maths or music or um, chemistry, or so many topics in this world, business, or more niche side. The more things you know about them, the ones who are in your next audience, the more you will be perceived as a smarter or intelligent person, because you can learn, for example, something before you start a call with somebody. You can learn something about what they like or about their domain. Try to learn something about their passion, or so you will be perceived a little smarter. Just you know read some quotes, or be prepared just to be seen as it is. I know that this sounds a little bit Machiavellic here, but it is what it is. This is the world we are living in, and you must take your shot, right? Like the Eminem is saying, you only have one shot, one opportunity. If this is everything you ever wanted, you only got one moment. Did you capture? And that's it. So this is another one, right? Being perceived that smart person, either if you're not that smart. But the human perception, about things, about branding, about who you want to be perceived, or how you want to be perceived by other people, tells everything about this human behavior, and it's working. Some people just fake it till they make it, and that's why they make it. Because people are also having this. You remember about the goldfish attention span. That's it. It's same. People forget things so fast. I mean, what did you drink last day? What did you eat 3 days ago? Or what video did you watch last week? No, we are forgetting things a lot faster, and that's because of how distracted our brain is. How about this our whole entertainment business industry. Another one is gonna be about the it's sorry for my pronunciation. I have a little bit. So association, yeah, it's about association. Sorry about my pronunciation, but I cannot speak this word. So it's about our association bias, basically to associate with someone or with a brand, let's say with a high quality, and how you are gonna manage that, and how you are using that in your marketing and in your branding. Either it's about your personal branding or about your company branding. Well, let's say you want to be perceived as somebody who is who has a good taste in life, or somebody who is you want to be perceived as somebody who is making it, who is a successful person. So many people are trying to be like that, right? And how you are doing that in your marketing, in your campaigns, in your content, in your speaking, in your communication. Well, of course, if you want to be perceived as that, you must, of course, use specific brands, that you must associate yourself with specific brands. For example, you are wearing Loro Piana, or you are using Apple products, or you are you are driving in a nice supercar like Ferrari, or and that's how people associate you with the success of those brands. Because it's also about the pricing, but it's also about the pricing. It's about the identity that you adopt and who you are. It's about culture. It's about who you are if you wear that brand. That's what luxury brands are trying to make. This is what, and they are doing really well, by the way. That's why people are buying those stuff, because they want to be perceived as somebody who is doing that. For example, this is a tablet that I like. It's from Books, and it's a ink tablet. This is how it looks like. See, it's not a regular tablet, and by the way, this is not sponsored. And by the way, I really enjoy this tablet because it's like the distraction free. You cannot watch videos on this. I mean, you can, but the quality, because this is another screen, it's an ink screen. The quality is not the best, and you don't want to watch content on this thing. And this is very powerful for brainstorming. It's really powerful to concentrate and to write things and to be only you with your tablet. It's like you're writing on paper, because this is the feeling of that. It's like you're writing on paper. And in this market, there are other tablets like Remarkable. Remarkable, they have a better branding, and they are more known in the market than this tablet, than Books tablet. But Books, in my opinion, I mean, this tablet versus what we have from Remarkable, this one, it's better in my opinion, because you have more features. You also have Android, and you can install more apps, and you can not that in Remarkable. But yeah, that's another topic. So I associate myself with people or who are, let's say, thinkers, who are smart people, who are creative people, because only thinkers, only people like that are are buying a fucking tablet just to write like you are writing on paper. Most people, they just buy an iPad, or they just buy a fucking laptop to write or to consume content, and I'm not doing that. And that's why you think about me in some sort of way. Or you can see here I have a Shure microphone, and what tells this about me? I like quality, the sound quality. I enjoy. I am professional, because you see in any podcast that it's very the Diary of a CEO or other podcast that you see on the market. 99% of them are using Shure microphones, in their podcast. And why is that? Because Shure, I don't know how they made it, but it's a really nice brand, and the quality is really nice. Even it's more expensive than other mics. It's branding, and this is how you associate your brand, your personal brand, and yourself, and with quality, and with other people who are doing these sort of things. Or the camera that you are using, the laptop, the phone that you are using, how you dress, what you consume, what are the restaurants you are, where you travel, what events you are participating at. Everything, everything matters in a way or other. If you are some sort of celebrity, or if you have influence, it really matters. Except the fact that billionaires, they optimize their finances buying yachts. They don't only buy yachts for that. I mean, most of them, they are buying yachts for money optimization, and fiscal optimization. But they also buy yachts because they are perceived as somebody who is a high status. Somebody who is having a yacht. It's really a high status in our society. Now, this is also this was also about the association bias. So we have 5 biases, or 7 if you put that dark triad into place. Now another one, the 6th one, and I'm not gonna tell you yet, because by the way, it's not about curiosity, but it's about Should I tell you or not? I have to think about that. Maybe this is the secret sauce. Maybe I shouldn't tell you about this bias, because if I tell you about this bias, it's very possible that you will have a lot of success. Do I want you to have a lot of success without paying me anything and only watching this video? It really depends. So what should I do right now? I'm thinking out loud, as you can see. This is a decision, and I'm changing my mind right here when I'm talking to you. Do you think this is, or do you want to learn more about this? And again, it's not curiosity. I know you're very curious about what I'm gonna tell, but are you? Will you use these biases? Will you use them if you listen to me? It's not, again, it's not enough just to listen or to read books or to listen to anyone if you don't act, if you don't put that information into practice, because you have the first you have knowledge, right? So you must absorb knowledge from the moment you're born. For the moment you are born until today, you are still like SpongeBob. You get a lot of knowledge, and you learn things from others, from their experiences, by reading books, by watching TV, by consuming content, by your experiences, and so on. This is knowledge, right? This is the knowledge. But knowledge is not enough in today's world, because you can be the best at reading all the books in the world. You can know everything about history, about money, about it. Doesn't really matter if you only have knowledge and that's it. You must put that knowledge into practice. That's a hard thing that I learned in the past. It's really important to use that knowledge in your favor. And what you should know about this knowledge is that you need wisdom. Wisdom, it's very important, because wisdom means you are having knowledge, but you also know what to do with that knowledge. It means that you have experience. It means that you know how to make the right decisions at the right moment, because you are having wisdom. And wisdom, it's something that you're not gonna get if you get older. A lot of people think that if you are older, you are more wise, but it's not like that. There are so many people who are older than me and they are stupid as fuck. And there are so many people who are younger than me and then I are wiser than me. And why is that? It's not that there is nothing to do with age. It's nothing to do with age, right? It's about wisdom, it's about how you make that decision, the right decision, with your knowledge, with your resources, And there is one more thing that you should take into consideration here regarding wisdom and knowledge. After you have knowledge and after you are a wise person, you need mastery. And what is mastery exactly? Basically, mastery means that you have to cut all the shit that it's unnecessary. You must master yourself, master the reality that you are living in. It means that if you are who you say you are, if you are that identity, and if you adopt that identity, it means that you be a master. You must become a master in that identity. For example, you want to be a fireman, okay, be a fireman. You want to be a policeman, you be a policeman. You want to be an astronaut, be an astronaut. You want to be a YouTuber, be a YouTuber. But what does a great YouTuber do? Or what does a great politician do? Or a great salesman? Or a great teacher? Or a great trainer? Or a great coach? What is a great coach doing? They are masters in their field, in their domain. They became masters. They are the best there. They know everything about that domain. They know, they have the knowledge in that domain. They also know how to use that knowledge, right? They have wisdom, and they are masters in that field. Why? Because they could cut all that bullshit out, and they know exactly their direction. So they have more clarity, and after they have clarity, they know exactly the direction, and they take action, constant action in that specific direction with clarity and with confidence and with knowledge and wisdom. They cannot fail. And this is what you should also know. And, take also this into consideration. Now, again, I changed my mind, so I'm gonna tell you exactly what is the sixth bias that we are talking about. Is basically the mystery or intrigue. So, yeah, you can say that I cheated and it's like curiosity, but yeah, what to say? If you are still here, it means it worked, right? So mystery and intrigue. You don't have to say everything that you know, right? You must keep them guessing sometimes. Try to make a good looking, try to be present, like try to make your when you are in a room of people, make yourself seen, but seen in a powerful way, not like you want to be like a cocky person who just stands out in front of everyone and tells everyone that you are the best. No, the power is silent. And use mystery, use intrigue to make them wonder about you. Don't tell them anything, don't tell your friends, don't tell people, don't tell your colleagues or your competitors or whoever you are interacting with. Don't tell anything you just tell them that you are busy and you have to do something. That's it. You don't tell them other things like what you have to do. Why? They will ask, they will wonder, they will start to ask, what is this person doing? Why is doing that? Where do you disappear? We are here at a party. We are here in the middle of something. What else is more important than this? And this is how you you are building mystery and intrigue. And it's also, of course, it's about yourself, but you can also adapt and use this information in your marketing, in your campaigns, in your promotion. It's quite interesting if you think in that way, right? Let me see if I have any questions here. Nobody's having any questions, so I'm gonna go to the mystery here, mystery bias, and the seventh one, and I'm gonna finish with that. I know I told you that there are more than 200 biases, and we will talk about 40 of them, but as you can see, I have a lot of things to talk about, and it's quite interesting that if you are still here, and this will help you a lot in your campaigns, in your marketing, in your personal branding, and to grow your business, because you will use all of that information in a wise way, hopefully, and with a clear direction, with mastery, you will have a very nice results. So the next one is going to be about incongruence. So many businesses fail because of that, because of this incongruence. So many platforms, so many SaaS owners are failing, so many this is because of the poor communication. No, and what is poor communication? Basically, let's say you have a campaign running right now on Facebook, on Meta, wherever you are, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever you are running this, right? This campaign. And incongruence basically means you are promoting something, right? You're promoting something, and on the ad you tell people that, hey, this is a nice pen that I'm selling, go and buy it, check the link. And people are actually clicking that link and they arrive at a page with tablets, right? This is the best, this is a simple example that I can give you. This is incongruence, this means incongruence. It means you say something and people are getting something else. It's not like when you are lying, but sometimes it's just technical issues, but in most cases it's not about technical issues. It's about bad marketing, bad communication. You are promising something to people and they don't get that, or you just are bad at organizing stuff. Your landing page, for example, your website, is not well organized, or when you click on, let's say, you're on the blog section and you want to see some articles about the latest, I don't know, let's say the latest finance articles, and people are arriving there and they will click on your article and they will find out something that has nothing to do about finance. They are going to be freaking out. It's so frustrating, and that's how you build some, let's say, frustration in the consumer's mind, and that's why you are lacking sales. And in most cases, this incongruence is used in campaigns in a bad way. It means that you are not congruent in your communication. For example, today you are telling people something, tomorrow you are telling people other thing, today the next day you are telling people that you are selling or offering this type of stuff. Today you have a price, tomorrow you have another price, and it's a mess, right? Every time you are somebody else, every time you are selling something different, every time your communication, you don't have credibility in that way. You don't have stability. It's so fucking hard, to be to get good results if you are incongruent. Basically, you are surprising people. You are giving them some sort of surprises in a bad manner, in a bad way. It's something that they didn't expect, but they also don't want from you. Like, it's okay, it's nice to give them, let's say, a free gift or a bonus that you didn't mention on that website, on that landing page. But if somebody is buying from you a product and you are giving them another product because you don't have enough stock for the first product, or the first product, it's something missing or whatever, and they are buying your second product and they wanted your third product and so on, that's when incongruence appears. So it's also, let's say, you are here on this video to learn more about the human bias, right? To learn more about the human psychology, about how you use that psychology in marketing and so on. And incongruence, if I was doing incongruence, I just gave you a bad YouTube thumbnail or a bad YouTube title, and you click on that, and I just clickbaited you, and you get frustrated and you want to kick my ass, right? Because I told you something and you click and you see something else. And it's frustrating, right? And this is also frustrating for your customers, for your potential customers, for your prospects, if you are using incongruence in your communication, in your marketing. Of course, I have a lot of examples. As you can see, I have a lot of things to present here, but I'm not doing that because I am incongruent, I'm doing that on purpose because I want you to be hooked here in this communication. I want you to still be here with me and get all my information because I believe it's valuable for you and it will help you. And as you can see, I have nothing to sell you in this video. I didn't promote anything. I just talked about my tablet, but it's not a paid or a sponsorship video. It's nothing. It's just me giving you away some knowledge that I have earned in the past, some part of my knowledge and also some wisdom that you can get from this video. Now, what you're doing with this information, it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do with this information. And of course, if you want to learn more, you can do that. You have my newsletter, you have my website. You can subscribe and watch more and see the next video. If I will post the next video about this. If you want to post me more, to tell you more about this human psychology and more biases and more examples, let me know. Just add a comment. It's so fucking easy. I cannot do stuff for you if I don't know what you want from me, or if you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, just tell me, or if you don't care, I don't care, But if you want me to help you with this, or at least to give you more, let me know, because that's why I'm still here and you are still here. It's just give me something, just help me with this. Help me to know, to understand if you like this video by clicking like. If you want to learn more or see more, subscribe, and if you want something specific, just ask. You have the comment section. And if you want to work together, consulting, mentorship, whatever, if you want to buy more, to see my products or to buy my products, if you feel that my products are for you, if you want to learn more about this, as I have more videos about this, I have an entire course about this, watch my website, go to my newsletter, see my products, go to my community, join. See, I'm also having a platform that I'm selling with AI and tools, but all you have to do is research a little, make a little effort, It's up to you. It's in your favor, by the way. Yeah. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to be so persuasive right now because I was a little bit persuasive, right? And this is how you can be, by the way, in your presentation, when you're presenting something, in your sales calls, in your content. There are things you can take into consideration from this video, from the way I talk, to the way I speak, because this is something that I also learned by watching others. I try to not only understand what they try to tell me, I also try to understand, to make some sort of reverse engineering and try to understand the structure about what they are using, if they are having some sort of structure. I try to understand the way they are speaking. I try to improve myself. I try to see how they are using certain words, or how they articulate things, and so on. And that's it. That's it for now. I'm gonna stop here. Thanks for watching, and stay strong.